Well, here we are. Here we are in New York, and
She had to wait for hers. They didn't come. I just have a little suitcase up here. Whatever, what do you have planned?
go there one.
I don't know.
Yeah, so then. So here we are in New York. What's the name of the place?
Carter Hotel.
Carter Hotel. Well, here we are. Here we are in New York, and it was a bit of a rat race getting here. There's a lot of people. There's people after people, and you got to make reservations if you come here. And the weather is quite cool at the moment, and we're going to have a shower and settle down, and probably join the rat race somewhere down the line. Okay, that's all I can say. Well, there's the bags there. The bags there. Oh yeah.
We're walking up down.
Hi.
Bit follow behind me.
Yeah.
Information Center. That is where you can find information about anything in the Times Square district. You also have free internet access. Now, if you guys are here in Times Square and you got people at home, there are 4 Earth cams. Have them tell you what they're looking at. You can run over, stand in front of it, wave at them, like, hey, I'm in Times Square. It's a lot of fun. I used to do it to my friends all the time. They're sick of it. They're like, yeah, you work there. Stop. In the basement of the Marriott Hotel over there, you have TKTS. That is half price theater tickets. Day of, cash only. But you can get a ticket to a major Broadway show for half price. It's very nice. Have between $30 and $70 per person in cash on you to get tickets there. But a lot of major shows will be up. Whatever show has extra tickets at the time. Up there, MTV Studios are filming something right now, and the MTV store below it. This is where the TRL people used to stick their faces out, but unfortunately that show's been canceled, I heard. On the left, you have the Toys R Us, the largest indoor Ferris wheel in the United States. It's great. It's like $8 to $11. Take a ride around there. My boyfriend and I went once. He got stuck in the Barbie car. I have great photos. I like to haul them out at parties. Ardmore Cafe, Paramount Theater Building. On the left here, this is number 1 Times Square. There you can see number 1 Times Square used to be the home of the New York Times. That is why this square has its name. It is completely covered in advertising. There's nobody in number 1 Times Square. It's against fire codes to have anybody in a building where you have no access to the windows. But the owners of that building make more money off of the advertisements than they ever would off of real estate. They get a reported $3 million a year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to do a little loop-de-loop to get us back on 42nd Street. Just to let you know the advertising power of Times Square. There are 14 million visitors a year to Times Square. And if you look at this building on the left, farthest south theater of the Broadway theaters. The theater district goes from 30 in Manhattan, an area known as Alphabet City, down near the Lower East Side. But to be a Broadway theater, to give you an idea, you have to be located within the Broadway Theater District around Times Square. From here up to Lincoln Center, you have to seat at least 500 seats. You have to have such a Greyhound bus anywhere else in the United States, basically. Anywhere you want to go, in and out of Port Authority. You can also catch city buses here, family-oriented place. They said you can see every sin committed within 15 minutes in the corner of 42nd and 7th Avenue. Now it's cleaned up entirely. Manhattan is a very safe area to wander around. Lots of undercover cops. It's very, very well controlled. But 42nd Street remains the heart of the theater district. That's why you have a lot of songs, 42nd Street, all about 42nd Street. Right here, up and down. Now if you I think he thought he asked me to stop. No, I asked him to stop. Okay, so if you notice all the glitz and glamour of Times Square, it's a lot. It's bright, it's shiny, makes you want to twitch a little bit at night. But there's a reason for the madness. There's an ordinance that 18% of your facade must be covered by colorful advertising if you have a building in the Times Square business district. So that's a fairly cool thing. Now, some more conservative businesses get away with this. For instance, the Morgan Stanley business. They get away with the 18% colorful advertising by running the stock market quotes around it. So that works. Mary Poppins, the new musical. We're just kind of going around a block here to see if anybody else wants to hop on our bus right here. Then we're going to carry on. Okay, just sit down. Okay, does anybody else? no traffic. Now, right in front of you, you have the Chrysler Building. You can see it. Let me get out of your way. It's on the left. That is one of New York's most beautiful skyscrapers. Wall Street to be the tallest building in the world. And Chrysler Building announced its final height at the top there where it's lit up. And when it did that, 40 Wall Street immediately added 2 more stories so that it would be the tallest building in the world. But while it was building those last 2 stories, the Chrysler Building started constructing the metal needle that's on top of it inside. This on the right here, this is New York Public Library. This is a research library only. You can't take books out. But if the facade looks familiar, it was used in several movies. If you saw the movie Day After Tomorrow, this is where Dennis Quaid found Jake Gyllenhaal. Jake survived that ice age. I'm sorry to ruin the movie, but he found him. Everything was well. This is also, oh, does anybody remember Ghostbusters 2? Yeah! This is where Vigo the Carpathian came out of his painting over the river of slime that goes under New York. There is no river of slime. There are actually rivers though. There were streams and rivers in Manhattan that were diverted. If you look in the front here, there are 2 lions outside the public library. And they are named Patience and Fortitude. They're named by Mayor LaGuardia during the Great Depression. And he said that those are the 2 qualities. Boomchi. Nice. Alright, we are heading down 5th Avenue right now. 5th Avenue cuts down the center of Manhattan, pretty much. But it is the center of the street. So if you look here, on the right you have West 40th, and over here you have East 40th. So numbers up out of, business numbers go up from 5th Avenue, so you can help find your numbers sometimes. And looming up ahead on the right we have the Empire State Building. Empire State Building is the tallest building in New York right now. It is 1,253 feet tall. It opened in 1931. It was built during the Great Depression. So the few buildings I can tell you that was built in record time and under budget. It was built in 14 months. That's an average of 4.5 stories a week that building went up. And it came in just under 42 million when it was budgeted for 60 million. Now, when it opened, it was immediately nicknamed the Empty State Building because nobody could afford to move into it during the Great Depression. Nowadays, you can live in the Empire State Building if you want to. It's so big it has its own zip code, and there's a post office in the basement. In 1933, the building was still empty. The owners had hired a crew of workers to go around the outside and turn lights on and off in the outside offices just to make it look like there was people in the building. But it was going into financial ruin. Until in 1933, the little movie came out, King Kong, and up there it's like a staircase. It's the top roar, swatting planes away. Well, King Kong saved the Empire State Building because after that movie came out, they took that mooring dock for blimps and opened it as an observation. You know, the bruises fade in about 2 weeks. Alright, coming up here, more of NYU. This is the Tisch School of the Performing Arts. Where? This is the low side. Nobody stand up. Now, when this was the garment district, they had so many fires here from all the flammable. Just order out whatever facade you wanted. So if you wanted Doric columns or Ionic columns or Italian Renaissance style, you could order it out of a catalog and then just bolt it on. Now, having the cast iron where they melt down pig iron and pour it into a mold is so pretty. I'll sit down so you guys can see. Here we are at the Manhattan Bridge. Now, as we go over the Manhattan Bridge, please be careful. It is a 26-story drop to the East River, so if you're standing up, hang on to something. And we're going to cross over into Brooklyn. Now, from on top of the Manhattan Bridge, you'll be able to see, to your right, in a little bit, you'll be able to see the Brooklyn Bridge, and also the Statue of Liberty, and the Manhattan skyline. But we are coming back over the same bridge. So, alright, on the right, guys, that is the Brooklyn Bridge. Now, the East River is a saltwater river. Jumps on the Atlantic Ocean to the right there, way beyond the Arizona. And you keep your eye out. You'll be able to see the statue. There's architect, John Orling, was down on Fulton Ferry Landing in Brooklyn about a week after he completed the plan, so they say, and he was off the Fulton Ferry Landing to scout out that area for that support when a ferry docked and built this bridge. And he workers, because several workers kept
The cell phone off the building call off.
Not stand here, man. Can't tell them it'd be boring. Stand around. Move.
There we go.
weekend. It was the colors of the Italian flag. Saw that? Red, white, green. It also lights up green for St. Patrick's Day, red for Valentine's Day, and the hotel and tower. No, I lied. I'm sorry. That is Trump World Tower. There are 3 Trump Towers, because when he Donald Trump, well, I have one, because you have 3. There's Trump Tower on Fifth Avenue, Trump International Hotel and Tower on Columbus Circle, and that is Trump World Tower. Lives there, and apartments in that building start at $11 million. At the end of the Revolutionary War to say goodbye to them. So we kind of had we won the war party there, which I'm sure was lovely. It is also where George Washington then left New York, went home to Virginia, to Mount Vernon in Virginia, stayed there for about 4 years, and he was started in the 1970s. The club CBGB's was here, and that is where the Ramones got their start, renamed Joey Ramone Place, because Joey Ramone, lead singer of the Ramones. Now I think it's funny, because CBGB's is famous for that, but the name CBGB stood for Country Bluegrass and Blues, right? I gave a historical story about Union Square. George Washington ordered the Declaration here in Union Square in 1776. Now when he did that, the Congress listening to got so riled up that they charged down Broadway to the end of the island to Bowling Green Park. The first park in New York City. It's right up by Thomas Edison, who had a studio just downtown from here. Still has a whale of a sail day if you get a chance to go, in honor of him being a captain of a whaling ship. The quarters is saying it's hot as hell in there, and the other one said, no, that's hotter than hell. That is as hot as Hell's Kitchen. So, hence the name. But now it's a very nice neighborhood. If you're in Times Square and you're looking for... Alright, we're kind of up here. Now, when we come to the end of the route, which is the end of the tour, coming up, we usually stop up at 47, so hopefully we'll do that. And I just want to say thank you for being on my tour. My name is Becky. Driver's name is Juan. And we appreciate it if you've enjoyed your tour. We do accept tips and gratuities, of course. Everybody works for tips. We're like waiters and waitresses. And but anything you give me, I split in half with the driver, so it does get to him as well. So there you go. Now, when we get off, if you let me down first, please, I will be at the bottom and happy to answer any questions you might have about half-price tickets, or where to buy things, or where to go, or where to get cheesecake, or anything of that nature. Looks like we're dropping off here on 42nd Street. 42nd Street. So once again, thank you very much, and please let me off the bus first. I'll be at the bottom.